Hey, my name is Matt and I'm the sole developer at RobProductions, the game development studio behind games like this, and this. As you might have noticed, this video is a little different from what I normally do on this channel. That's because some changes are happening in my life which signify a slightly new direction for RobProductions. For the past 4 years or so, I've been working a day job in software development while pursuing my passion for creating games. Working both of those jobs at the same time was definitely difficult, but it was a reasonable arrangement that allowed me to spend some of my time how I wanted while still being able to pay my bills. Unfortunately, that arrangement came to an end this month when my employer laid me off due to budget constraints. As you may have heard, the tech industry as a whole is suffering from extreme overspending, and a lot of junior programmers are facing the consequences for that. That said, I don't want this industry trend to excuse the behavior of my former employer. Without getting into the details, I've been very upset with the way they've handled this, and the way they've treated me and my coworkers who also got the boot during this round of layoffs. It's a real shame not only that things like this can happen at all, but that the higher-ups in my workplace seem to hold such a casual, dismissive attitude towards the fact that they needlessly destroyed the livelihood of people who maintain their projects for years. That's not what I wanted to talk about. Instead, I want to focus on what's next for me and RobProductions. To start, I want to make more videos like this, where I talk about behind-the-scenes stuff and analyze games that I've made or just other games that I really enjoy. I've tried many times over the past few years to put together more content for YouTube, but I struggled a lot with confidence and motivation. For now, I think I've come to realize that I need a script to follow or someone else to help hold a conversation, as I'm just not good at speaking to the camera alone. But when it comes to writing those scripts or assembling the footage for these videos, I also had trouble just finding the time for it when I'm busy with so many other tasks each day. So that's why this new change in my life is a bit of a wake-up call for me to start doing the things I've been putting off. I've got a few more videos in the works which I'm slowly putting together, and hopefully in the process of making them I'll get better at this whole consistent video production thing, and shake off a bit of my nerves about the process. Along with that, I'd really like to get into the habit of uploading more short-form content for YouTube and TikTok. Part of the reason for doing this is to help promote my games, but the other part is just that I've got a lot of topics that I've wanted to talk about. This is a really good medium for that. The other change that's happening, of course, is the fact that I'll have more time for game development and marketing. Creating games is something that I intend to do for the rest of my life, and I'd like it to be my full-time job. But unfortunately, I can't sustain off of that until I make a bigger breakthrough in sales for my projects. As I mentioned earlier, the content that I make for YouTube and TikTok is meant to help, but it'll take a lot more work to get a bigger audience interested. It's already been tough balancing development time and promotion time, especially when you don't see clear results, so hopefully having more time on my hands will allow me to pick up a bit of momentum here. There may be a time in the near future when I'm able to secure a new day job, and that might cause my productivity for development and content creation to dip a bit. But recently I've spent a lot of time building the infrastructure for a larger community, and I'm hoping that'll pay off in the long term. For example, I now have an official Discord server that's meant to host all sorts of discussions and announcements for my games. I've recently updated my website to include more details about my projects. My Steam developer page is still being updated with discounts and descriptions, and here on YouTube I hope to be more active and consistent with uploads. If you'd like to help build this community and support me, feel free to subscribe or check out the links in the description to join the Discord or follow the developer page. Okay, so with that out of the way, I realize this has been a bit of a hollow monologue just for me to say I have more time now, but this is something I had to get out there to mark this sort of new beginning for RobProductions. Until some opportunity comes along that can sustain my cost of living, I intend to give this studio everything I've got. Looking further into the future, it's clear that I can only afford to spend my time making these projects with the support of everyone currently watching my videos and playing my games on different platforms. For now, if you're looking for an additional way to give me a boost, I'd recommend just spreading the word of my games to anyone that may be interested, and maybe buying one of my soundtracks on Steam. It's a good bit of extra content that I put a lot of time into, and I feel better selling an actual valued product as opposed to opening up donations or anything like that. I wouldn't want to think about Patreon or crowdfunding until I have something substantial to actually provide in return, but maybe that can happen in the future. In the meantime, I wanted to close this out with some more exciting news. If you've been keeping up with my Steam updates and/or my Twitter posts, You may have seen that I'm already working on a new big project to be released next year. This game is going to be revealed very soon, within the next month or so, and as usual will be heavily focused on story and characters. I think it'll really impress people who have followed my projects and will very clearly demonstrate how much I've grown and evolved as a developer. There should be multiple trailers releasing this year, along with a playable demo if everything goes to plan, so be on the lookout for that. That's all I wanted to talk about today, so thank you very much for listening to me drone on about this personal update. Next time I'll be covering topics that are hopefully more exciting, fun, and useful, so stay tuned and feel free to catch me at the usual places. Until then, thanks for playing. I think that works as an ending catchphrase, right? Thanks for playing. I'm no Matt Pat, I can't make it sound good.